Welcome everybody back to the Boiling Point Podcast. I'm Jacob Goldstein. With me as always, Ellie Fishman and Ariel Eisen. Ariel is here for the first time, so let's get right into it. First thing we're going to be talking about is the NBA controversy regarding China and the Houston Rockets and Steve Kerr. So I don't know if all of you know, but the Houston Rockets general manager spoke out against the Chinese government and came out as in favor of the protests in China, and that was a bad move.
It's clearly a bad idea from a business perspective.
Yeah.
So China is a country that's been well known for their censorship of media for basically since this government came to power. They censor everything, basically.
Yeah.
Everything that isn't pro-China isn't in China.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It doesn't exist.
It's a communist
So
country.
when you have a business that has such a portion of their income coming from China, it's not a good idea to speak out against them.
It's an awful idea. I mean, they had such a big they had such a big market in China. They had I'm pretty sure it was over 800 million viewers in China, which is a huge amount of business coming out of there, and
Now it's like
and he decided to be a politician, which is pretty stupid.
And we've been seeing that happen a lot more.
Yeah, with
everywhere.
all
not
sorts
just,
of businesses.
Not just wherever that was. We overall, so many companies have been getting so much deeper into politics, and it's been. I mean, for some, it hasn't really been affecting them. Like Chick-fil-A is still going strong, but they're pretty stupid.
If you're the head of a
But
company.
it makes sense what they did is because they said being religious and they care more about religion than their business.
Yeah.
And luckily for them, they make such good food that no one cares what they said except the vegetables.
They should be allowed to do
I would
it.
say
No, they should be allowed
the
to do
people
it.
who
100%
did care
should be allowed.
were
Let's do it.
the type of people who go out on the street and just lay down outside the store and have people walk over them to go buy their food. But those same people are most likely vegetarian, so they really lost no business.
Yeah.
So they were good, honestly. So.
But just in general, if you're a business owner, you just shut up.
Yeah,
You know,
politics and business don't end well because then you're
What do you
cutting your politics not politics.
you're cutting your business
into
in half.
people that are now, especially today, where if you don't support something,
You shouldn't say
it generally
get
gets shut down.
canceled or
Yeah.
all sorts of all
Even
sorts of
if,
stupid
even
stuff.
if it's right to speak out about it, you shouldn't
Doesn't matter. You're not a saint. You're not helping anything. You're not you're not so morally
Yeah, no
just
one
that
cares about
you
what you
can't
support.
stand by why.
It's okay, you support this movement. Congrats.
Yeah,
But
it doesn't matter. You're just splitting your customers in half every time you do that.
Maybe the people that support it are gonna like you, but they're not gonna like you more. They're just gonna not cancel you.
Right. They're just gonna not buy your chicken sandwiches.
Exactly.
So, moving on to
Steve
PS5.
Kerr.
Oh, Steve Kerr.
Yeah. How he was interviewed about the whole China topic, and he kind of shifted over to the whole U.S. is bad, AR-15s, that whole thing, and basically just showed how ignorant he is, talking about how bad the U.S. is and how we shouldn't be worrying about China.
Do you say China was better or something?
He didn't say it directly, but you could tell what he's thinking and how it's basically he could tell he's pro-China compared to the U.S.
China is not a great place to live.
There's no way.
And it's pretty weird
You
because
can never argue that.
yeah.
I mean,
There's no argument that can be made that China's a better place to live. It's not.
I mean, there's a reason why there's massive protests there right now.
Yeah, because the people in China waving American flags and
That's
people here
Hong Kong.
waving
That's Hong Kong.
Chinese flags, which shows how ungrateful the people here are to live here.
How
Or people,
ignorant they are.
exactly.
They have no, they don't realize how much better we have it than people in China do. I mean, imagine literally going on the internet and not being able to see anything.
Exactly.
Imagine YouTube didn't exist.
Yeah, but
the Houston Rockets.
But they
Just
think the
doesn't
way they
exist.
think for a reason.
Of course. Speaking of China with the whole thing, I forgot where I was going.
It's fine. We'll move on. Coming down to the PS4, the PS5 coming out soon.
And the new Xbox. But
A lot of speculation that it's going to be more powerful than PC, which
Well, it obviously I don't know.
Impossible.
Yes, it's not gonna happen. I don't know a lot about specs or a lot about computers and all that. But I just know that with the PS5s, it's the next gen. Compared to the PS4, it's gonna be worth it because the switch from the PS3 to the PS4, if it's as big, the graphics and all that, then it's gonna be worth it because everything just looks better. But then whenever the consoles improve their technology, PC's always one step ahead because
Yeah.
Okay,
it costs more money.
But like,
yeah,
even just like looking at like how things work, you have like a console where the whole thing is $500. You're not gonna get better performance when you have one component that costs the same as the other thing. It's generally accepted that that the one component is worth the performance unless you have like some really super pricey performance on the PS5. You're not gonna get the performance that is greater than that. You know, like let's say you have one component.
Awful explanation. What we're saying is that like on most PCs, like just like one part of the computer will cost almost $500. So there's almost no way for them to fit all the power of a PC into one box that costs $500. I mean, there's the only way that they could possibly get PC performance out of such a.
It's still good that they're trying to get. It's still good that they're trying to get better performance. Of course, it's a benefit. It's like but it's not possible for it to be better than PC. But
without
that doesn't mean they should
price.
try to improve performance. That's not what we're saying either.
Yeah.
I think where consoles really shine is like the couch gaming thing, like gaming on the TV, like
Yeah,
right. It's a casual market. Their entire market's the low end. They're not looking for the extreme game, like the extreme
exactly.
People that are super into it. They're looking for the more casual people. Gifts for kids, gift for people that aren't exactly looking to go pro.
And they're dropping in December. Perfect time, holiday. Holidays are coming.
I think the PS4 also dropped in December.
Yeah, and also I heard rumors about how GTA 6 is gonna drop
with the PS5.
And if that happens, that's gonna
definitely be
the amount of money that they're gonna make is gonna be like just hard to understand. Because the amount of money GTA 5 made when it first came out the first day was crazy.
It's still making money.
And
it's
now,
still the most successful.
And now for GTA 6 to come out with the PS5 is gonna be crazy.
I don't think it's reasonable for GTA 6 to come out exactly a year from now. We'd be hearing about it. We'd be hearing a lot more about GTA 6 coming to production.
We also don't really know a lot about GTA. I mean, maybe they're keeping it under wraps.
Rockstar doesn't speak a lot about their games.
Yeah.
They speak very little about their games.
But look at like most of their games that have come out the past few years.
Yeah, that's just Rockstar.
Yeah, but that's the point. Is that
Rockstar,
and also
Rockstar is very quiet with their games.
I'm pretty sure we knew about Red Dead.
Red Dead Redemption 2. We barely knew anything about it.
But we knew it existed.
Okay,
we
well,
didn't think that.
We know GTA 6 exists too. It's just
we know it's gonna come out.
Okay, same thing with
that it's already under development or whatever.
It's for sure under development at this point. There's no way it's not under development.
And when it comes if it comes with the PS5, it's gonna be such a big money maker. It's gonna be
Also, I mean, I don't even want to imagine the amount of combos that you mean GTA 5 and I mean.
But I heard some come out with a bundle with the PS5, and if that happens, Sony's gonna just make so much more money than Microsoft's. Because when the PS4 and Xbox One came out, Sony like tripled the sales of the Xbox One.
A crazy move would be if they went PS4 exclusive.
No,
they're not PS5.
No, they're not gonna do that. I don't think that'll happen because then Rockstar's having their market, like what we talked about before.
But if they release it with the bundle,
I mean, if Sony gave them enough money, they could do it.
But them releasing a bundle with PS5 alone, it's gonna at least quadruple.
Of course, if I was buying a PS5 and I saw a bundle that came with probably one of the greatest games, the sequel to one of the greatest games of the past decade, and of course I'd choose it. Yeah,
exactly.
It's a huge benefit, of course.
So it's gonna make so much money compared to Microsoft.
Yeah. I mean, we do hear about new Microsoft consoles.
Yeah, but they always brag about having better specs. But then again, it's comparing iPhone to Android. People are still gonna buy the iPhone, regardless of what you say about.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I
don't really know what the sales specs on the Xbox versus the PS4.
No, the PS4 does look much better in terms of sales, much better.
Much better,
like triple. But the Xbox One,
I don't know about triple.
Double or triple, but then the Xbox One had better specs, but everyone still bought the PS4 because it's a PS4. So it's the same thing with iPhone and Android. The Android may have better specs, but people are still buying the iPhone. Same thing.
Yeah. But I feel like with consoles, like last year, people flip flop more. It's console is a market where people move back and forth more than they do with phones.
Wow, it's about double. You're right. So Microsoft sold 30 million Xbox Ones, and Sony has sold 73 million PS5.
Exactly. It's not set. I'm pretty sure the Xbox 360 did better than the PS3.
Yeah.
I think it did.
The Xbox 360.
Yeah, I mean the gap wasn't.
Xbox 360 was also way better than the PS3 at the time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. With the console, I think you have something that you don't have on the phone market.
It fluctuates a lot.
The thing is, Sony recently they have less stores than Microsoft. They don't have as much variety what they're selling as Microsoft.
Yeah.
So one of their biggest money makers is the PS5. For Microsoft, it's
Microsoft doesn't need Xbox.
PlayStation and Xbox are both.
Microsoft owns Mixer, I think. They have the computers. They have a bunch of.
Microsoft owns tons of companies.
They don't need the Xbox.
So does
Sony needs a PS4.
Sony does not need the PS4.
Sony-
Yes, it does.
Sony has an empire of
Sony
cameras.
Sony makes movies, cameras, TVs,
yeah, but
everything.
They have every side of video production.
Yeah.
They make the movies, they record the movies for their production, and then they put them on their TVs.
But it's a different department of what they do. Like I'm saying, like you know how these have a bunch of stores in
They're both minute.
You know how these have like stores? A lot of them closed down and now they're just online.
But it's for Sony, the PS4 is definitely a huge benefit because PS4
Exactly.
comes so
Sony
well.
just sells to big box stores like Target and like
Yeah,
Best
that-
Buy.
exactly.
That's
It's
their
a
market.
huge
They
money
know their
maker.
market. Because they also don't sell anything like that unique. You know, like they sell like TVs and cameras. I mean, they're not selling computers. Like
Exactly. That's
Microsoft
why Microsoft
has
doesn't,
unique products.
doesn't really need the Xbox One at all, or the Xbox in general. Sony, not saying that it's gonna go bankrupt without it, but it's a big part of the company.
Sony hasn't been doing too well other than like Sony Pictures hasn't done too well.
Yeah, that's why the PS5 is gonna need to bang for them to go back.
And it probably will looking at the
Well,
PS5.
I definitely don't think Sony's struggling as a company. I mean, they're one of the largest
Sony
companies in the
uses-
world.
Sony-
Yeah, but it's a subsidiary of Sony. You know, the entire company.
Also, the iPhone 11 came out like a week or two ago.
And does anyone care? Not really.
I mean, yeah, there's people trading in their phones. Like, who have the iPhone 10, they're trading it for the 11.
That's so
The
stupid.
difference is not.
I know,
What do you mean?
it's so minor. I just don't think it's necessary.
What's the difference? The third camera? Oh no.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're gonna care about changing from, like, let's say the iPhone 10X Plus or whatever it was called, if you're gonna like care about changing from that to iPhone 11 and start pointing out all these small little differences to justify why you're buying it, then you should buy an Android. Because people who buy Androids always, when you ask them, they point out all these little specific things that no one cares about, and that's what you're gonna do with that.
If you care about specs, you go with an Android. If
Yeah.
you just want something that works, then I guess an iPhone's fine.
If you want
Yeah.
clout, you go with an iPhone. So like, yeah, it's definitely not worth it. It's just so overpriced for no reason. I mean, it's literally the exact same thing as the iPhone 10, but $300 more.
Yeah.
Just 0 point. Also, recently Donald Trump made the decision to pull American forces out of Syria, and you know we pretty much just abandoned the Kurds, who we were fighting a long time against. We were fighting with them a long time against ISIS, and
Of course, I think most people know Syria's having a civil war.
well, I mean that's kind of dying
It's
down
like-
now, but
It's like an 8-week war.
I mean that's irrelevant to the story.
So-
The point is that
It
Turkey,
does matter. What do you mean?
like Turkey is invading Syria right now, and they've been fighting with the Kurds for a long time, and we pretty much just abandoned them. Most likely, Turkey's gonna slaughter a bunch of these people, and we really just don't care. So
Pretty nice.
they're pretty great.
I mean, so what happened was there's been a civil war in Syria, and we pulled out of the war halfway through. So we quit.
Yeah, we just.
But it's not on all bad.
We pretty much just went like I'm a head out and just.
Yeah, but it's not that much of a bad thing because we're really just saving.
We're saving our
we're
lives.
saving American lives,
Yeah.
and honestly,
Yeah,
I think it's their fight.
Saving
so,
American lives is what the president should concern himself with. But on the other hand, I could see why it might be not a great decision to leave a war that you've been fighting years for.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much just abandoned them, but thing is, like, they've been fighting for
Turkey
so
fighting
long.
against them,
Yeah,
so they're screwed.
pretty much. That's why a lot of people are pretty upset. over
So did we pull out for diplomatic reasons?
Yeah.
Like because we can't fight Turkey.
It's not because we can't fight Turkey. It's
Like
that
we
we don't
should.
want to fight Turkey.
Yeah,
I
of
mean, a
course,
war
we
with
Turkey and-
Turkey would not be good. But we said that
war with
if
Turkey
they
implies war with
do
Russia.
slaughter them, then we're gonna destroy their economy. So, hopefully that's enough to deter them from trying to kill all these people.
But the U.S. pretty much does everyone. The U.S. kind of controls most countries.
The economy, yeah.
Yeah, because if a country does something bad, they put a bunch of bans on them and ruin their economy, and then move on.
Yeah, a bunch of
to
You mean an
sanctions.
embargo?
Huh?
An embargo.
Yeah.
U.S. is such a powerful country, but I'm pretty sure a war with Turkey would lead to a war with Russia. Just
Yeah, but I doubt Russia would want to smoke. So
Yeah, I mean, a war between two major superpowers right now is pretty unlikely.
yeah, because Russia knows that it's not a winnable war for them.
Yeah.
And basically it's suicide for them. They know that.
it's suicide for both parties.
I
When
saw
both
the
parties have that many nukes, it's not great idea to get into a war like that.
No, I'm saying, but the U.S. would never start a war. and
okay.
and they really every other country knows that they're gonna lose a war against the U.S. And even Iran knows that, but Iran, they if they kill themselves, they're happy. So if they start a war with the U.S., knowing that they're gonna lose, they're fine. But
one thing I saw earlier was that they're not making it legal for NCAA athletes to get money and make money off their names and brands, which is a huge deal. I mean, for the longest time, like there was a bunch of controversy and like scandals about how these athletes are being taken advantage of in their brands, and I think it's really good that they're starting to make money.
Yeah, and then Tim Tebow came out a couple weeks ago on I think it was First Take, I'm not sure which show it was, and he was talking about how it's good for players not to make money. He had the whole thing about it, and it was good to have a different opinion. I don't agree with it, but it's good to have a different opinion.
I mean,
and people were just like in the comments.
These people are being
but they were saying that he was only saying that because he was a rich white kid, a bunch of crazy things when it's just like unnecessary.
I mean, they're being advertised. They're being like their names are being sold. Their images are being put in the papers. I mean, why shouldn't they be compensated for that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty ridiculous. They're adults. They're over 18. They're fully capable of making decisions. I don't know why they can't make money. It's ridiculous. And I mean, you see like these coaches for these teams are making millions and millions and millions of dollars a year.
And like they make money so many different ways.
Yeah.
Like if you get 20 wins a season, you get $50,000 bonus.
Yeah.
If all your players get above a 3.0 GPA, $20,000 bonus.
Yeah.
If half your players get 3.5 GPAs or above, $20,000 bonus. You get all these different bonuses, so they're pushing their players
to do more.
Not because they care about them, but because for the money.
They're not compensated at
all. Like your player misses a game-winning shot, which would have given you an extra $100,000, and you missed it. You don't care about the fact that you lost.
Yeah.
You care about the money. The money that you lost. That's what you care about. So you yell at him because of the money, not because.
The question is, why are these coaches making so much money in the first place? I mean, you don't see. It's ridiculous.
It's like they're in a position of power.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, are they really doing it in the
they're
best
not,
interest?
Because they're not spending money on the players, so they give it to the coaches.
Right.
That's what they do.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up for today's podcast. Tell us in the comments if you like the camera setup. We might be switching around the layout a bit.
We might go back to the TV.
Yeah, we might go back to a different setup that we had earlier. But,
also, we have to change our name.
Yeah, the boiling point turns out it's already a thing.
It turns out no one here decided to Google that before we came up with the name.
Yeah, we might have to switch that up. So expect a different name in the future. Probably by the next episode we'll have thought of something. And thank you. So we'll see you guys later.